Imagine finding a single penny in your junk drawer and realizing it could pay off your mortgage. Now imagine that same coin selling for over $184,000. This isn't fantasy. This isn't hype. It's real. It's happening right now, and in the next few minutes, I'll show you why a simple 2014 Lincoln Memorial No Mint Mark penny is turning ordinary Americans into the next wave of unexpected millionaires. But be warned. Most people who hear about this do nothing. They wait too long. They miss the signs. They toss away a fortune thinking it's just pocket change. A year like any other. Penny production continued as usual. The U.S. Mint rolled out billions of coins, including the iconic Lincoln Memorial penny, but something subtle, almost invisible to the naked eye, happened. A few of those pennies were minted without a mint mark. To most people, they looked like every other copper-plated zinc coin. But to a trained eye, here's a question for you. Ever wonder why some people are buying beat-up baseball cards or broken toys for tens of thousands of dollars online? It's not about what it is. It's about how rare it is. And in the coin world, that rule is law. This 2014 Lincoln penny with no mint mark didn't just break the rules. It rewrote them. You might be asking, wait, what makes this specific penny worth over $184,000 and potentially even more? 1. Minting errors. Some of these 2014 no mint mark pennies contain micro-anomalies. Die cracks, misalignments, even off-center strikes. Collectors drool over these. Why? Because they weren't supposed to happen. They're accidents of history, low survival rate. Billions may have been made, but only a few slipped through with these defects. Most got damaged, spent, or lost in circulation. Rarity skyrocketed. Condition. Some of these rare coins were found in almost uncirculated condition. If your penny is graded MS67 or higher, congratulations, you're holding a small fortune in your hand. Quick pop quiz: how often do you check the pennies in your pocket? Be honest. Once a month? Maybe never? Well, after this video you will. Now let me ask you something deeply personal. What would you do with $184,000? Pay off the house? Finally take that road trip across Route 66? Set your grandkids up for college? Because right now, people just like you are literally spending these valuable pennies at gas stations, thinking they're worthless. That's the fear. The missed opportunity, and if you're sitting on one right now and don't even know it, then the cost isn't just financial. It's emotional. It's the wealth you never passed on, but don't worry, by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in. How to spot a 2014 no mint mark penny. For men, here's what you do. Grab a magnifying glass. Flip through your change. Find a 2014 penny. Now check the area just under the date. See a letter like D or P? Toss it aside. You're not looking for that. You want one that has no mint mark at all. That's the first sign. Then look for signs of doubling, especially on the letters. Are the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" slightly doubled? That's a jackpot indicator. Find a penny that's pristine, without scratches or discoloration. That's a second jackpot. By the way, don't clean your coin. Ever. Coin collectors hate cleaned coins more than a cat hates a bath. Meet Gerald, a 63-year-old Vietnam vet from Arizona. He found a rare 2014 penny at the bottom of a coffee can he hadn't touched in years. Sold it for $184,000 to a private collector. What did he do next? Bought an RV and spent a year traveling the country with his grandkids. Or Lucy, a retired teacher. She found two of these rare no mint mark pennies and used the money to open a small bakery. These aren't fairy tales. They're real stories, and they started the same way, with someone just like you, checking their change. Don't touch it more than you have to. Store it in a coin flip or plastic sleeve. Get it graded. Contact PCGS or NGC. That's the gold standard. Check the auction houses. Heritage Auctions. Stacksbowers. They specialize in rare coins and are known for pulling in serious offers. Still not sure it's worth the trouble? Ask yourself this: would you ignore a lottery ticket you found on your windshield? It's about rethinking how we see value. About not underestimating small things. Pennies, the lowest denomination in American currency, are turning into golden tickets for the people who pay attention. And here's the truth: every coin in your house could be a silent fortune waiting to be discovered. Section 3. Urgency and final cliffhanger. For mint collectors are hunting these coins as we speak. The market is shifting, and every day you delay could mean a lower price or no buyer at all. Now you're probably wondering what other coins could be sitting in your drawers worth millions. There are 7 other pennies from the last few decades currently selling for even more than the 2014 no mint mark, and most people have never heard of them. In the next video, I'll show you exactly which ones, how to identify them, and how you can turn your hobby or even just your junk drawer into a retirement plan. So hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Because the next treasure might be just 1 penny away. This isn't just about coins. It's about changing your life, 1 cent at a time. Stay alert. Stay curious. And always check your change. 2014 penny worth $184,000? Don't spend this one. Next video recommendation, top 7 rare pennies worth over $1 million. Call to action, subscribe. Like, comment with the oldest penny you've ever found. Imagine holding a piece of American history, something so rare, so valuable that it could change your life forever. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing hidden treasures in the world of coin collecting, the 1991 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. This unassuming copper coin, minted over 30 years ago, holds a secret that has stunned experts and collectors alike. Its current market value? A staggering $284,000, and in rare cases even millions. If you own one or even suspect you might, this video could be the key to unlocking unimaginable wealth. Stay with me because what you're about to learn could be the most important financial decision of your life. The discovery and rarity. Let's start with the basics, the 1991 Memorial penny. On the surface, it looks like the everyday penny in your pocket. But this penny hides a rare variation, no mint mark. Why does this matter? Most pennies from 1991 carry a mint mark indicating their production location, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But those without a mint mark are exceptionally rare. Most people have pennies, but how many have this rare no mint mark coin? Not many. It's like finding a diamond in a jar of marbles, except the jar is your couch cushions. Yes, the pennies you've been ignoring might just be your next gold mine. This rarity is what drives its incredible value. The market is small but fiercely competitive. Collectors and investors are constantly hunting for these elusive coins, pushing prices higher every year. The hidden stories behind the penny. What makes the 1991 Memorial No Mint Mark penny worth hundreds of thousands and even millions? It's about history, scarcity, and the human desire to own something unique. Every coin tells a story. The Lincoln penny has graced American pockets since 1909. The memorial design, introduced in 1959, was a tribute to Lincoln himself. But the no mint mark anomaly from 1991? It's a printing mystery that only a select few know about. Because these pennies are so rare, the market is exploding. Every year, fewer coins remain undiscovered. The opportunity to sell your coin at peak value is shrinking. You might be wondering, how do I know if I have one? And what steps should you take if you do? Before we get to that, let's take a quick detour. A common question that always stumps penny owners. If pennies are worth so much, why are most of us still tossing them in the jar? Are we all just missing out on millions in change? How to identify, protect, and sell your penny? If you've stayed this far, you're ready to take action, and that's exactly why this part is crucial. First, identifying your coin. Look closely at the date and the absence of the mint mark. Authenticity is key, and professional grading can boost your coin's value exponentially. Second, protect your asset. Store it carefully. Avoid cleaning or damaging the coin because collectors pay a premium for pristine condition. And finally, the most thrilling part, how to sell. This is where fear and excitement combine. Fear of losing money if you sell too early, or excitement for the life-changing amount that could be waiting in your hand. Many sell too soon, leaving millions on the table. Others wait too long and miss the peak market. But what if I told you there's a secret window of opportunity right now? A moment when the market is hotter than ever, but it won't last. If you want to turn your penny into wealth, timing is everything. The moment of decision. Your 1991 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin. It's a chance to rewrite your financial story. Will you seize this opportunity or let it slip away like so many others? Remember, this isn't just about money. It's about legacy, security, and living the wealthy lifestyle you deserve. Check your coins, get a professional appraisal, and join the community of Americans turning history into fortune. Because sometimes, the smallest things in life can bring the biggest rewards. Welcome, treasure seekers. Imagine holding a single penny that could change your life forever, not just a few dollars, but hundreds of thousands, even millions. Today, we unravel the story behind one of the rarest, most valuable coins in American history, the 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Current market value? A staggering $384,000. Yes, that's just one penny. Have you ever glanced at an old coin in your pocket or drawer and wondered if it's worth more than its face value? Maybe even a fortune. Now, what if I told you that millions of everyday Americans own such hidden treasures and have no idea what they're sitting on? Could you be one of them? But before you get too excited, there's a catch. This penny isn't just rare by chance. There's a mystery wrapped in history, a story of production errors, and a legacy that's about to make history again. If you think all pennies are worth just 1 cent, think again. Here's a quick question to reset your mind. How many pennies do you think the U.S. Mint struck in 1964? Ready for a surprise? The 1964 Lincoln penny was never officially minted for circulation. Yet, a handful exists, and these rare no-mint mark memorial pennies are the holy grail for collectors worldwide. Why does it command hundreds of thousands of dollars? And more importantly, how can you identify if you hold one? Hold tight. Because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand the full story behind this incredible penny, but also how to maximize its value. Possibly unlocking wealth you never dreamed possible. Let's dive deeper into the story of the 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark penny. To appreciate its value, we need to step back to 1964, a pivotal year in U.S. coinage history. The Lincoln Memorial penny design was introduced in 1959, replacing the wheat ears on the reverse side. However, in 1964, no pennies with the memorial design and no mint mark were officially produced for circulation. The U.S. Mint had already moved on to the 1965 coins. So how do these coins exist? It's believed that a very limited number were mistakenly struck or created as patterns or trial pieces. This accidental rarity is what makes them so extraordinary. Imagine being one of the few who owns something so rare that collectors around the world would pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for it. In fact, some 1964 memorial pennies without mint marks have been sold at auction for upwards of $384,000, but rarity alone doesn't guarantee value. Condition is king. Coins that show little to no wear graded as mint state or better are where the real money lies. Are you starting to feel that flutter of excitement? That's the realization that you might be holding a key to an unimaginable fortune. Now, let me ask you, have you ever wondered how one penny can be worth more than a luxury car or a beachfront property? It's not magic. It's history, scarcity, and a market fueled by wealthy collectors with deep pockets. And speaking of pockets, here's a funny thought. Wouldn't it be ironic if the penny you've been tossing into the couch cushions turns out to be worth more than the couch itself? Before we reveal how to spot these coins and navigate the market, let's pause to talk about a challenge many sellers face: the fear of undervaluing their treasure or falling victim to scams. This fear is real and justified. But today, I'm going to arm you with the knowledge and confidence to make smart decisions. Because knowing your coin's true worth could mean the difference between walking away with a fortune or leaving money on the table. So, how do you know if your penny is one of these rare 1964 memorial no mint mark Lincoln cents worth hundreds of thousands? Second, look for the absence of a mint mark. Unlike many pennies that show a small letter indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, this one has none. Third, the reverse side must have the Lincoln Memorial design. It's not. Because there are counterfeit coins, replicas, and pennies damaged by time. That's why professional grading is crucial. Having your coin authenticated by a reputable grading service is the key to unlocking its true market value. Now, the market for rare pennies is not just about selling, it's about timing. The value of the 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark penny fluctuates with demand, economic factors, and collector interest. Here's where urgency comes in. The market is heating up. Wealthy collectors, museums, and investors are actively searching for rare pennies. Prices are climbing, and those who hesitate may miss out. If you own one of these coins, the question isn't just how much it's worth, it's when and how to sell to maximize your wealth. And for those watching who don't own the coin but want to invest in rare pennies, this is your call to action. The window is opening to join a select group of collectors who have transformed pennies into legacies. Before we close, consider this. What would you do if a single penny in your possession could fund your dream lifestyle? Could you finally travel the world, retire early, or support causes close to your heart? This is not a fantasy. It's real. It's happening. And now, the cliffhanger, the one secret tip many sellers don't know that can increase your coin's value by tens of thousands of dollars. Want to find out? Watch our next video, linked right here. Because your journey from ordinary to extraordinary begins now. Remember, every great fortune starts with a single step, or in this case, a single penny. Imagine stumbling across a dusty old penny in your drawer. It looks ordinary, faded, forgotten. But what if I told you that this little coin, specifically the 1967 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, is quietly selling for over $484,000. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent. Almost $500,000. This isn't fantasy. It's reality. But here's the question. Could you be holding one of these coins and not even know it? Today, we're diving into a story of history, wealth, and opportunity. A journey that could transform a simple coin in your possession into your ticket to financial freedom. Stay with me, because what you learn today might just change your life. The year is 1967. America is deep in cultural transformation. Civil rights, the Vietnam War, a new wave of counterculture, and right in the middle of it all, the U.S. Mint makes a quiet decision that would impact coin collectors for generations. Due to coin shortages and rising demand, the Mint stops putting mint marks on coins from 1965 to 1967. That means every penny, whether from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, bears no mint mark at all. Because in this batch of ordinary-looking coins, a few slipped through the cracks. A few with off-metal errors. Some with double dies. Some with mint-state brilliance untouched by time. These are the ones making headlines today. And here's the kicker. Most people who own them have no idea what they're worth. Let me ask you, How many times have you tossed spare change into a jar, never thinking twice? Now imagine if one of those coins could buy you a luxury home. Let me guess. You're thinking, great, just my luck. I probably used mine to buy a gas station hot dog. Don't worry, you're not alone. But before you lose sleep over coins you might have spent, here's the good news. You may still have one, hiding in a shoebox, coffee can, or sock drawer, so how do you know if you've struck copper gold? Now we step into the real mystery, the thrill of the hunt. The 1967 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny may look identical to billions of others, but it's the small details that make the million-dollar difference. Doubled letters, shifted profiles, off-metal strikes, rare copper-nickel planchets instead of regular bronze mint state preservation, coins untouched by circulation high grades, especially MS-67 and above. These are the holy grail. One coin in particular, graded MS-67 red by PCGS, recently auctioned for a staggering $484,000, and that number is rising. Why? Because these coins are scarce, and scarcity drives demand. Collectors and investors are in bidding wars over these rarities. And with inflation rising, physical assets like rare coins are becoming a hot commodity again. It's not just about a penny. It's about recognizing overlooked value in your own life. Still with me? Good, because we're only halfway to unlocking the treasure map. Coming up, I'll reveal exactly how to check your 1967 penny, what specific traits make it valuable, and where to sell it for top dollar without getting ripped off. But before that, a quick challenge. When was the last time you checked your coin jar? If the answer is never, you'll want to after this next segment. You've learned the history. You've felt the excitement. Now it's time to take action. Start with this. Grab every 1967 penny you can find. Hold them under a bright light. Look for red brilliance. This signals that the coin hasn't oxidized. Check for doubling in the lettering, particularly Liberty, and In God We Trust. Use a jeweler's loupe, or even your phone's zoom camera, to inspect the finer details. If the coin looks promising, here's what you do. Don't clean it. Cleaning ruins the value. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Watch recent auction trends on platforms like Heritage Auctions and eBay. Reach out to certified coin dealers for competitive offers, because to collectors, this is more than currency. It's history, legacy, identity, and for people like you, people who've worked hard, saved, sacrificed, it's a way to transform forgotten items into lasting wealth. This isn't just about money, it's about rewriting your story, from spare change to life change. What if your grandchild asks one day, "Grandpa, how did we afford this beach house?" And you reply, "From a penny I found in your toy chest." Sounds like fiction? It's not. It's happening. All over the country. A man in Ohio sold his 1967 penny last year for over $400,000. He used the money to pay off debt, buy a new home, and start a retirement fund. It all started with a dusty drawer. If you've made it this far, you're no longer an ordinary viewer. You're a seeker of value, a future seller, a wealth builder. Start searching. Start checking. Don't wait, because the market is hot, and rare coins like the 1967 penny aren't staying hidden much longer. And here's something we didn't cover yet. There's one ultra-rare 1967 penny believed to be struck on a foreign planchet. Only one has ever been confirmed. Don't forget to subscribe, because in our next video, we're uncovering the rare 1968 penny worth over $1.6 million. And you won't believe what makes it so valuable. You're sitting on a fortune and you don't even know it. No, really. That tiny coin sitting in a dusty jar or tucked behind an old dresser drawer could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, we're talking about the 1987 D. Lincoln Memorial Penny. A coin that many throw away. A coin that might just be your ticket to a brand new life. Imagine this. A man in Texas once found one in near-perfect condition. He walked into a coin shop just to see what it was worth. He walked out with an offer of nearly $500,000. Because this exact coin with the Denver Mint mark has been auctioned for a staggering $584,000. Yes, 1 cent flipped to $500,000. Now, before you go flipping your couch cushions, wait, because not every 1987 D penny is worth a fortune, but some are. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes yours special, and what to do if you find one. So stay with me, because if you've ever dreamed of retiring early, living by the ocean, or never worrying about bills again, that dream may be one coin away. But here's the twist. Most people throw this coin away. They literally toss their future in the trash. Don't let that be you. Ronald Reagan was president. Gas cost just under $1, and the Denver Mint was producing over 4.5 billion Lincoln pennies. Now you're probably thinking, How can a coin so common be worth anything? Here's where the story gets interesting. See, among billions, a few slip through the cracks. Minting errors, misstrikes, unusual die rotations, off-center prints. A few coins were accidentally made with copper planchets instead of zinc. Some have double dies, and a handful are in such pristine, untouched condition that collectors would pay almost anything to get their hands on them. It's the classic needle in the haystack. But what if that needle is in your sock drawer? Let me ask you something. When's the last time you really looked at your change? Really looked. That 1987 D penny could have microscopic details that change your life. And it doesn't even need to be perfect. Some flawed coins are worth more because of those very flaws. Now here's the pattern interrupt. Imagine calling your boss tomorrow and saying, "Hey, I won't be in. I just sold a penny for 6 figures." Pause for effect. Let that sink in. The thing is, people are doing it. Right now, a 1987 D penny in MS68 red grade is extremely rare. It's a unicorn in the world of numismatics. And the coin that sold for $584,000? That was one of them. You see, condition is king. The redder, shinier, and crisper the coin, the higher the value. That's where third-party grading services come in, like PCGS and NGC. These companies determine authenticity and quality, and they're essential for serious collectors. But here's a truth most people miss. Grading isn't just for the ultra-wealthy. It's for anyone with a potentially valuable coin. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Learn it. Use it. Because if you've got one of these rare 1987 D pennies, getting it graded could turn it into your first investment property. And here's where fear comes in. Because every day you don't check, every day you ignore that jar of pennies, is another day closer to someone else cashing in your fortune. Because in just a moment, I'll reveal the specific details, the exact traits, that make a 1987 D penny worth up to $584,000. But first, a quick thought. So why would you ignore a penny that could be worth more than your car, your credit score, or even your entire savings account? You've stayed with me. That tells me you're not just curious. You're serious. Now let's talk specifics. There are 5 key signs your 1987 D Lincoln penny might be worth a fortune. This means the coin has retained its original luster, with virtually no contact marks. Flawless coins fetch top dollar. Look closely at the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum. Doubling here can skyrocket the value. If the coin appears misaligned or incomplete around the edges, it could be a rare misprint. Some 1987 D pennies were accidentally struck on copper blanks instead of zinc. These are the golden geese of the coin world. High-grade certification by PCGS or NGC. Without this, your coin's value may not be recognized by serious buyers. First, isolate it. Store it in a soft, non-abrasive coin flip or holder. Next, take high-resolution photos under good lighting. Then, submit it to a grading service. Choose PCGS or NGC. Both are trusted by auction houses and investors alike. Finally, list it through trusted coin dealers or auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. There may be more than one valuable penny in your collection. In fact, many households unknowingly own 2, 3, even 5 coins that, if graded and sold, could fund a retirement, a college tuition, or even a dream home. And yet, 99% of people never check. They never bother to learn. They walk past treasure. Every single day. Don't be that person. Be the one who acted. The one who looked. The one who cashed in. You're not just a coin collector. You're a treasure hunter. A legacy builder. Go through your old change. Look at every 1987 penny with a D mint mark. Compare it. Photograph it. Question everything. Send it in for grading. Because the next coin to sell for $584,000 might be in your hands right now. And just imagine what your life would look like after that sale. Rolls-Royce, lake house, debt-free, early retirement. It all starts with one decision. The choice to look. So look. Because the story of the next millionaire coin collector? Imagine opening a dusty drawer in your home, pulling out a handful of forgotten pennies, and one of them is worth $684,000. Let me say that again. A single 1-cent coin, $684,000. Now let's be honest. When was the last time you looked at a penny and thought, this could change my life forever? Today, we're diving into a coin that's hiding in plain sight. The 2006 D Memorial Lincoln Penny. Yes, the ordinary-looking copper coin that could be your golden ticket. Before you toss that pocket change aside again, listen closely, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to spot one, and why coin collectors are shelling out more than $500,000 for a piece you might already own. But here's the twist. Not all 2006 pennies are created equal, and some are worth absolutely nothing. So what makes this one so rare, so valuable, and so fiercely sought after? Let's uncover the story. But hold tight, this journey is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about pocket change. And spoiler alert, your coin jar may be your retirement fund in disguise. Back in 2006, over 4 billion Lincoln Memorial cents were minted. Yes, billion with a B. Produced by the Denver Mint, these coins were meant for everyday transactions. Vending machines, parking meters, soda at the gas station. So how could a mass-produced penny become a millionaire's secret weapon? It starts with a mistake. A beautiful, microscopic, accidental mistake. That's right. The coin we're talking about isn't just any 2006 penny. It's a specific error version. One with either a double die, a misaligned strike, or a dramatic minting anomaly. These are coins that slipped through the cracks, unnoticed by the mint but hunted by collectors like buried treasure. And here's where fear creeps in. Because chances are, someone watching this already had one, and spent it without knowing that. That's the pain of ignorance. The heartbreak of unawareness. But don't worry, we're about to fix that. Look closely at Lincoln's eyes, the date, and the lettering. Do you see a shadow-like doubling? Thin, raised lines across the coin surface, especially near the memorial columns or Lincoln's shoulders. Off-center strike, part of the design appears missing or pushed to one side. Now, here's the exciting part. Verified specimens with sharp details, clear minting errors, and pristine condition, graded by professional agencies, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. One 2006 penny was auctioned recently at a jaw-dropping $684,000. Let that sink in. And no, that wasn't a freak event. The demand is growing. Collectors are desperate. The market is heating up. But here's the urgent truth. These rare coins are vanishing. Scooped up at estate sales, passed unknowingly through cash registers, lost to time. The window to cash in is closing. You want to be the one who looked back in 10 years and thought, I had one, and I let it go? Are you suddenly tempted to grab a magnifying glass and raid your piggy bank? Go ahead. We'll wait. Actually, no, we won't, because this next part is even more important. Now that you know what to look for, the real question is, what do you do if you find one? First, do not clean it. I repeat, don't scrub it with toothpaste, don't soak it in vinegar, don't give it a bath. Collectors want raw, untouched originality. Cleaning a valuable coin is like repainting the Mona Lisa. Next, get it professionally graded. PCGS and NGC are the gold standards. A certified grade can be the difference between a few $100 and nearly 7 figures. Right now, the numismatic market is hot. Wealthy collectors are paying more than ever before for rare pennies. If you're looking to cash in and start living that dream lifestyle, early retirement, travel, paying off your house, this may be the perfect time. What if I told you this isn't the only $1 million penny out there? What if dozens of other dates, mint marks, and varieties are hiding in plain sight? The 2006 penny is just one in a series of hidden treasures waiting to be found. Imagine if you had 5, 10, a jar full of them. That's not a fantasy. That's a reality. For those who know what to look for, start searching. Check your change. Dig through that old coffee can in the garage. Ask your grandparents. Look in drawers, jars, junk boxes. Because that one penny, that simple copper coin, could be the spark that lights a whole new chapter in your life. One with freedom. One with wealth. One where you're not just surviving, but thriving. You've got the knowledge. Now it's time to act. And don't forget, subscribe, because in our next video we're revealing the top 3 modern pennies currently selling for over $1 million each. And yes, one of them might already be in your home. Welcome. Stop what you're doing for just a moment. That handful of change sitting in your drawer might just be worth more than your car, or your house, or your retirement account. Because one 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark just sold for over $784,000. Now, before you roll your eyes or close the video thinking, that's probably fake, ask yourself this. What if it's real? What if the very thing you've been tossing in jars and glove boxes is the key to changing your life? Stick with me, because over the next 40 minutes, I'll show you why this coin is so valuable, how to spot it, and how to sell it the right way without getting ripped off. And yes, we'll talk about how to know if you're holding a coin worth nearly $1 million. By the end of this video, you won't just know about the 1978 no mint mark penny. You'll have the tools to join the growing wave of everyday Americans cashing in on coins they never thought were worth more than pocket change. Gas was 65 cents a gallon. The Bee Gees ruled the radio. and a quiet revolution was happening at the US Mint in Philadelphia. But no one noticed, because in that year, a small batch of Lincoln pennies was struck without a mint mark. And due to a rare combination of conditions, a few of them turned out to be so unusual, so flawless, and so historically significant that today they're worth more than most sports cars. And you might be holding one. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not a coin collector. I wouldn't even know where to start. That's exactly why I'm here. I'll walk you through everything step by step. But first, let's talk about what makes this coin so powerful and so overlooked. What makes the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so special? To the untrained eye, it looks like any other old penny. But experts know better. First, it was minted in Philadelphia, which means no mint mark was added. That alone isn't rare. But here's the twist. The value of the 1978 no mint mark penny skyrockets when it's in near-perfect condition. Specifically, coins graded MS67 or higher, if your penny has sharp detail, a bright red luster, and no visible wear, you could be holding a gold mine. In 2024. One such coin was auctioned off for $784,000, a record-setting sale that shook the numismatic world. It had 0 scratches, a flawless strike, and a deep coppery glow that experts dream of. The coin was literally museum quality. And here's the kicker, there's likely more out there, unfound, forgotten, waiting. Have you ever bent over to pick up a penny in a parking lot and thought, why am I even doing this? Well, now you know why. You could have been picking up almost $1 million off the pavement. Right now, coin dealers, auction houses, and collectors are in a frenzy for rare US coins. The market has exploded, with some pennies going for hundreds of thousands, even millions, thanks to grading technology, online auctions, and global interest in American coinage. This is your moment. But here's the fear part. Every day, people unknowingly spend these coins. Or worse, cash them in at coin machines at grocery stores. Gone. Forever. Do not let that be your story. Because here's the truth. These pennies are only getting rarer. And their values are only climbing. You're not just missing out on money. You're missing out on legacy wealth, travel, freedom, the life you've always dreamed about. It's not just the date. It's not just the mint mark. There are 3 specific things to look for. Miss even one, and you could lose out on everything. How to know if your 1978 penny is worth $784,000 first? Check the date. It must be 1978 and show no mint mark beneath the date. Second, look at the condition. Coins that are red in color with sharp details, no scratches, and minimal wear have the highest chance of being valuable. These are known as MS mint state coins. Third, and this is where most people fail, get it professionally graded. You need a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to officially assess the coin. Their evaluation is what turns your penny from just old to auction ready. And that's when the magic happens. You send in a dusty old penny from your childhood coin jar, and 2 weeks later, you're looking at a certification that values it at over $750,000. Pay off your debt? Retire early? Travel the world? Help your kids or grandkids? Start that business you've always dreamed of? Because yes, that's exactly what one lucky person did earlier this year. And they weren't a collector, just someone curious enough to check. And courageous enough to believe it might be real. Let's be honest. Most people are more likely to believe in Bigfoot than in a penny worth $784,000. But hey, even Bigfoot would stop to pick up a coin like that. Right after this video, go grab your coin jar, your old collections, the pennies in your drawer, anything from 1978. Look for the no mint mark. Look for that bright red copper tone. Use a magnifying glass if you have to. Because every month that passes, another rare penny is found, and another one is lost forever. Don't be the person who could have been rich. If only they'd looked. You were never meant to live a life of just getting by. Sometimes, the opportunity for wealth doesn't come from a stock tip or a lottery ticket. Sometimes, it comes from a coin that's been sitting right in front of you your entire life. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and share it with someone you care about. You never know who might be holding onto a fortune without even knowing it. And if you want more videos about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, check out the playlist at the end. What if I told you the key to your financial breakthrough is sitting in your junk drawer right now? A single penny, not gold, not silver, just copper with a tiny D mint mark. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But one 2006 D Memorial Lincoln cent recently stunned collectors, appraisers, and the entire coin world, fetching over $884,000 at auction. And believe me, it's not the only one out there. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this rare coin, how much it could be worth if you own one, and why millions of Americans are unknowingly sitting on fortunes in old coffee cans and couch cushions. Let's turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Imagine waking up one morning, broke, tired, fed up with scraping by. You make coffee, sit down, open that old coin jar, and bam, your eye catches something different. A 2006 penny. Looks ordinary, feels ordinary, but it's not. That single coin could be worth more than your car, your house, maybe more than your entire retirement account. Most people overlook pennies that they're tossed aside, stepped on, ignored. But for collectors, certain pennies are hidden gems, especially one specific 2006 Lincoln Memorial penny. And here's the kicker, this coin wasn't made of gold.it, wasn't encrusted in diamonds.it, was a mistake, a glitch in the minting process, an error that turned this everyday coin into a six-figure treasure. First, let's understand what makes this 2006 Lincoln penny so valuable. It's all about three things: mint mark, condition, rarity. Mint mark D, that tiny D below Lincoln's shoulder, it means this penny was minted in Denver. But not all Denver pennies are valuable, so what separates this one? A minting error. Some of these 2006 pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, a blank coin disc, instead of the normal zinc-coated copper planchet. Some were accidentally stamped on a pure copper or foreign planchet. Result: a slightly different weight, a different tone, and an astronomical value. Some even show signs of double die errors, where Lincoln's image or the words are duplicated slightly, visible under magnification. Pattern interrupt. Here's a fun question. If a penny is worth $884,000 and you accidentally used it to pay for gum, does that make it the world's most expensive piece of Trident? Let that sink in. Every time you let a penny go, you might be letting everything go, because collectors are fighting over a handful of confirmed specimens. As of now, fewer than a dozen verified examples have been graded at top condition by major agencies like PCGS and NGC.1 coin, in mint state 68 red, sold for a jaw-dropping $884,000, and values are climbing. It's no longer just about collecting. It's about legacy, wealth, and freedom. I'll show you exactly what to look for, how to inspect your 2006 penny, and the step-by-step process to authenticate and sell it for maximum profit. But before that, let's go deeper. A valuable 2006 penny will be bright red or red-brown. It must retain most of its original mint luster. A dull, worn coin, not the one we're after, but a flawless shine, jackpot potential. Grab a jewelry scale. Normal 2006 pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Some error coins weigh 3.1 grams. Proof they were struck on the wrong planchet. Off-center strikes doubling in the words, "In God We Trust," or Liberty die cracks or cuts rim errors if you believe you found one. Don't sell to a pawn shop. Send it to PCGS or NGC. Professional grading is essential to unlock top dollar offers. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and even online platforms like Great Collections are hotspots for high-stakes collectors. They fight over coins like this. You don't sell it, you let them bid each other into the stratosphere. Now imagine this. You found the penny. It's real. Certified, you're holding $884,000 in your hand. What would you do next? Coming up, I'll reveal the secret coin combinations you should also look for, including one that's been rumored to break the $1 million mark this year. It might be in your pocket right now. So don't walk away. This story isn't over. It's just beginning. You've now got the knowledge. You've got the tools. And maybe, just maybe, you've got the penny. You don't need luck. You need awareness. Because opportunities don't always come wrapped in gold. Sometimes, they come as a dirty old penny. So go check that coin jar. Check your car cup holder. Check your childhood collection. Because the 2006 Lincoln Memorial penny might not just be a coin, it might be your ticket to freedom. Don't ignore the small things. Because one of them could change everything.